Renny, we got mail. You better see it.
Okay.
Dear Dingus and Renny, I read a lot of Dr. Seuss books when I was young, and they're funny. Please tell me where do the books came from. P.S. Danny. We haven't done anything since 1 year.
Well, Renny, this might be very important. Let's start from the beginning. Years ago, there was a Chinese wise man. And also, they already made magic books. Those letters were called types were made of clay. They wet the types with ink and used them as a stamp. They washed them to use it again. In 1438, there was a German guy named Gutenberg. He invented metal types. He put the types together into words, sentences, paragraphs, and pages. Then he wet the stamp with ink and pressed it on the white paper. It was born that we call it press. In 1714, a typewriter was invented in England. The printing presses spread across the planet, and the book began to become a worldwide craze. Today, a lot of writers turn their ideas into books.
That's nice, but speaking of that, where does the idea come from?
I think it comes from a place in your head where all the stories you heard, watched, or read.
Well, what about the drawings, Dingus? In fact, they were cartoon characters.
That's a good question, Renny. First, the writer, then the illustrator. First, he read, and then he added ideas based on characters' inspections. Then, he thinks about what the character will be like. He makes some sketches and first drawings, and put them in the computer. And generally before that, he talks to the writer to see if he's alright, there's something he imagined wrong or right. And the cool thing is that sometimes the illustrator who draws not only illustrates what is written, but he also puts in extra things.
Amazing, Dingus. Also, about the layout.
The layout is the name of the process of assembling the book. On the computer, the written text joins the drawings or photos. The layout designer chooses the font and size, and it chooses the ideal place to place the illustrations and makes the books very beautiful.
I'd really love to hear that. Anyways, what's next?
The photo, Renny, the photo. A film of all the layout which is on the computer in photograph. A photo live for a plate and ready to matrix. A mold that used to print the books in the printing house. After printing, the notebooks are sewn and covered, glued on, and last is the books. They're ready to be sold in bookstores and read by a lot of people in homes, schools, and libraries.
Now remember, kids, reading a book could be very good for your life.
You're reading a book about a long stupidity joke.
Be quiet, I'm trying to read!
Okay, fine.